Pod Fam, make some freaking noise for Andrea Okeke, aka Drea Knows Best, guys. What is your response to people who always talk about like the exaggerated African accent or Nigerian accents?
People don't realize I grew up in Belgium, New York, Nigeria, Ogun State, Maryland. I went back at the NYSC in Maraba. When I think about my Nigerian accent, it comes from a combination of my accents all merged together.
Yeah. Most of the top white creators, they often have different opportunities. Has that ever been a factor in your growth?
You can sit down and wait for opportunity to come for you, or you can go out and get it.
Yourself.
And I'm a go-getter.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna get that.
What is one money or business L that you took early that still shapes you?
I paid $20,000 to create an Amazon store. And
What?
I lost $20,000.
How that was amazing. Shit, man.
Oh, God. Today's generation, everyone is telling you, quit that job, girl.
Yeah.
Follow that passion. No. You have to be smart and strategic.
Yeah. Best advice or worst advice? Posting every single day no matter what.
Worst advice.
Only post what performs well. Kill everything else.
Yes.
Stick to one platform until you blow, then expand.
Heck no. Put that thing everywhere.
Never share your rates with other creators.
Always share your rates.
Stick with what people expect from you. Don't confuse your audience.
Confuse them.
Yeah.
Confuse them.
Welcome to Am I Too Loud, the podcast. All right, guys. Let's see. I would say being the best is never about luck. It's about strategy, intentionality. It's about audacity, obsession, sacrifice, and more. Welcome back to Am I Too Loud, the podcast with Sophie, aka the mother freaking Odditty. Guys, I have one of the most special people in the entire world with me on this episode. And actually, if you guys are like, I caught up, I'm not sure when her episode is about to go live, but I want to like just give her some props right now because you probably can see her on screen already. She is genuinely the nicest person I've ever met. I think I'm nice. I think I'm really nice. And people make me feel like an idiot for being nice. I feel like Drea is a different type of nice. Like it's like she's not thinking about being nice. She's just thinking about being, right? And people like that are so special. So I want to give you your flowers first because like
so sweet.
Me and Drea is one of the reasons why like me and Donald work together, and I think vice versa. Like you're a really nice person, and I think it's so hard to find someone in the industry who is nice. But I wanted to let you know that like niceness in our industry is so rare, but like never let anyone take your light. Oh, so welcome to the freaking podcast, Drea Knows Best.
That was such a nice intro. I love it. Oh my God, words of affirmation is my love language. So I'm just like, yes.
Oh girl, I'm important to you this entire episode.
Oh my God, I'm in love. Just keep
that.
going.
Like no, like you like. Drea, you randomly would text us to check in. If I need anything, I know I can reach out to you. And I know I don't need to call you 24 times a day, but I know that like you're just a person who's like, if you can do it, you're going to do it.
Oh yeah.
And you're not even showing big guy. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Because it feeds me. It feeds me. I
like,
love helping people.
You really are a gem. I think Neoma did a video of your friends celebrating you for your birthday with a book of 30 things that they love about you.
Oh my gosh. I crashed out.
I knew you crashed out for that. And I saw that and I was like, of all the people who this would mean a lot to, it's you. Like, if you guys don't know Drea, you think you've probably seen her content or like online. She's funny, she's inspiring, but like you remind me so much of me. And I feel like a kindred spirits almost when I look about you, because I'm like, okay, if Drea can do this by being herself and succeed, I'm okay. Like I can do it too. Yes. I can stay myself and be who I am without anyone changing who I am.
Yes.
So welcome to the podcast. It's
a pleasure to be here. I'm so happy to be here. We're on season 3?
Season 2. Girl, I wish. Season 2.
Episode 40 something.
40 something.
That's crazy.
Because that, guys, Drea even remembered that. Like who?
Come on. No, because it's like to keep doing something, like to start it. Okay, you started, you did it, but you kept on doing it. You're still going, and it's going well. And I'm like, fuck yes. You know?
Thanks,
fuck yes. I'm so excited.
Okay, wait. Let me do your hair.
Yeah, fix me up, girl. Yeah, I need to look good for the people. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, we look sexy on this couch.
All you women and your braids,
I'm telling you.
Which one is this?
Girl.
Where is it coming from?
The crochet.
Oh, I love. Okay, she's better. All right, there we go. Okay.
Anytime I'm going on a trip, because this November is like, I have a lot of female Scorpio friends. So I've been traveling nonstop. So I'm like, I'm going to do crochet, some braids in there. So I just wake, shake, and you're good.
You wake and shake. Period. Okay. So we're going to get started with my intro for you. But first, let me connect to Wi-Fi because why is the Wi-Fi not working?
That wasn't intro.
Oh, no, baby. That was like my intro as like Sophie, but not as like The Odditty is about to intro you to the podcast.
Ooh,
so
all right.
that was a soft intro.
Soft intro.
Why is this Wi-Fi hand? There we go. The Wi-Fi is connected now. Okay, so guys, today on Am I Too Loud, we have a woman who did not call herself Andrea Knows Best for vibes. She has the resume to back it up. She's a Nigerian American content creator, speaker, and host known for her hilarious skits, African Mom Chaos, and videos that amplify the first generation African experience while teaching the world Nigerian culture, slang, and food. She started out as an engineer, making 6-second comedy videos on Vine, built an audience of around 700,000 then, and then lost it all overnight when the platform shut down. And she still came back harder on TikTok and beyond. Now she's sitting on millions of followers, street interviews, characters, and culturally infused skits that have put her on the global stage. She's a 2-time Forbes Top Creator, a Forbes 30 under 30 honoree, and the only creator of Nigerian descent on that top creators list, which we love for her.
Oh, wow.
And also everybody else needs to catch up. Okay. She's also a businesswoman, founder of Sebi Slangs, the card game born from her viral Nigerian slang series that's taking her from Japan to Brazil to the Oscars, the BET red carpets, teaching people how to talk like us. Today we're talking about it, and actually we're talking about what it actually takes to be the best. The discipline, the delusion, the L's, the engineering brain, the immigrant pressure, all of it. Pod Fam, make some freaking noise for Andrea Okeke, aka Drea Knows Best, and Am I Too Loud, the podcast.
If you can see my face right now, I'm like, wow, what an intro. What a journey.
Did I do you justice a little bit?
More than justice.
I was very
for
nervous.
For a second, I'm like, wait, did I do that? Is that me?
No, Drea, it is like you're... Okay, let me say this, okay? Because am I too loud if I say that there's certain creators who you just sort of see as talented and like super incredible and amazing, but you never really get to sit and talk with them. And I think it's a pleasure for me and an honor for me to actually sit down and pick your brain, because they don't know that when we've had these sit down conversations, I think we had like this time when I came to LA with Tayo and Neoma and Donald, and we sat and we had such intense conversations about the pressure of being just a creator and being human, being a woman. And you did the series with Donald, and when he was interviewing you, it was so emotional for me to see you, because I see you as Drea, like the Joker, like you're always laughing, you're online, you're upbeat. But then like when I started getting to know you, I would hang out, I was like, she's deeper than that. And it oftentimes feels like fame has to come at a cost of your well-being. And I feel like you've sort of like done this work, hopefully, of like balancing that in the way that works best for you. So I can't wait to talk about what it means to be the best, because your name again, Andrea Knows Best, is just like, how did you even come up with that?
So back in the day, and I don't know if he's canceled now, but this wrestler Hulk Hogan, the wrestler Hulk Hogan had a family show about like Hogan Knows Best, and that was the name of the show. So I needed to come up with an Instagram name. So I'm like, okay, instead of Hogan Knows Best, it's Andrea Knows Best. So I took that. And turns out I didn't know what I knew best about. I was like, what, 20, like young 20s or maybe 19 then when I first started creating. And I'm like, I'm just to create content. And turns out, I think now it's like the name actually does live. Like I do know best about, I think, just being yourself, as dumb as a cliche that sounds. It's like, that's one thing I knew for having a platform. Like it's hard to show up as someone that's not yourself. Like people that go online and want to portray that they're super rich. If you don't have money in your bank account, it's gonna be hard for you to keep on portraying you're super rich, right? And even for me, like if I keep trying to portray a different image than myself, it's gonna be hard to keep up that facade. So all I know is how to just be Drea, show up goofy, show up, with my culture, show up, and even that serious side too. I also wanted to keep showing that serious side of myself online too as well. And that's where I think I show that more when I do like public speaking events and I be on stage. It's like that's where you see the brains and the serious side, because there's multiple layers. Everyone has layers of itself, and they shouldn't have to hide it or stay in one box to show up online to be successful.
I love that. Okay, so like 18, you're Nigerian, first of all. How did you convince your parents that you want to do social media? How did you even, because I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, like you come from I don't want to say strict background, but I feel like you come from a really Nigerian culture heavy background, and you're an Igbo woman too. So for how How is that even like a thought in your mind then? Is it from where you grew up, like around the area? Was it just something that you just always liked entertaining? What was that for you?
So when I was in college, I was doing engineering, and I needed something to like a break from all the hard work, right?
Engineering's a lot. You're such a Nigerian
Industrial engineering.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, this is the only thing I'll say. I actually chose engineering myself because from a young age, I like putting things together. I like problems and then solving it. So that's why I chose it. But then when Vine came around, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm funny. I'm making skits. Like, people are liking it. And all my friends were moving to LA during the Vine season. Like, this was like 2015, people were moving to LA. We had like Vine meetups where the Vine stars would meet up and like meet all our fans and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, y'all moving to LA. I can't jump and move to LA because my parents would not let me do that. I need to finish school. So what I did is I got a job that was like an hour outside of LA, working as an industrial engineer at Lowe's. So I would work at Lowe's during the week, and on the weekend I'll come to LA, driving my Nissan over here, and then do collaborations, go to hosting classes, acting classes, and I was doing both. So I remember, like, even before I graduated college, I was praying to God. I was like, God, like, I don't want to give up one thing. And I remember one of my friends, Rashad, even some other girls from Penn State, she was like, girl, you don't have to do one, like, you could do both. So I didn't have to convince my parents I wanted to do social media. I was like, there's no convincing that I have to do both until I got the money, girl, until the cha-ching, the ego, the money came in. That's when I said, okay, yeah, my daughter the content creator. But so then it was always like, engineer, my daughter the engineer, my daughter the engineer. They didn't want to accept it, you know.
I feel that. No, I think for me it's the same. Like, I don't think my mom even accepts it now. Do they accept it now?
She does. My mom is even.
Do they understand? Well, oh yeah, that's
my
true.
mom
Wait,
she be creating content for that. How WhatsApp? Hey, how WhatsApp? She be like, She went on a cruise recently. A cruise. The first day on the cruise, she literally made a vlog of like her on the boat. I see the water. That party in the back. She had a glass of champagne. She's like drinking my champagne on the cruise.
I have been, because I feel like we're gonna do on your FYP. We're gonna talk about the African auntie in London, because I've been clowning my mom. Like, look at your mates. Look at your mates. They're doing vlogs. They're becoming DJs.
I'm making money too. I'm making money.
You're making money. Where's my own money? So no, I love that. I feel like as an African child growing up, there's certain things that have been instilled in us that we can't necessarily do. But I love that, like, you're one of the women now who's like, you're doing your own thing and you're killing and you're so successful. But one thing I want to say is, Drea, you're very quietly successful. Is that intentional, or do you just think that?
What does quietly successful mean? I'm so curious.
You're not flashy.
Okay.
You're not loud. And I mean loud not in the sense of like voice loud, but more of like you're trying to tell the world what you've done. You don't celebrate your accolades loudly. It's more of a quiet thing. Is that an intentional thing? Is that like from like, oh, my village people should not come and see what I'm doing here? Like, where does that come from?
I let my success, my work speak for itself, right? Like if you dig into my page, if you watch my stuff, if you know, then you see, okay, she's someone who has been one of the biggest publications in the world. Forbes has listed up as top 50 creators in the world, right? Like, you see my Nissan collaboration, you see like my work. I let my work speak for itself, because you can talk and you talk, but you can't back it up, right?
That's true.
And also, I come from parents who are very humble. My parents are very, very successful. My mom, she's an ambassador. She was an ambassador, Nigerian ambassador to Austria and Slovakia, 2 countries in one term, right? My dad is really big in politics back home in Nigeria, but they don't lead with that. They lead with like how they can impact people, and that's why I'm very impact driven. The only time I'll ever say I've done like something massive and really, really big to show people is when I did like back home in Nigeria in Maraba. It's like outside of Abuja. I did my NYSC there. And
Maraba, Kiss Daniel. That's where I've heard that from.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, no way. That's my favorite artist, actually, Kiss Daniel. So I did my NYSC there as a teacher, and I went back there to like support the school and do them a big Christmas party, because it's a very poor community. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do something to show that I have money, it's not for to show I have money. It's more to like, how can I use my money to help other people? So that was the only time I ever did something really, really big. I did a big Christmas party, bouncy castle, Father Christmas, and Santa Claus, Father Christmas, you know, face painting, all those things, and it was like, yeah, philanthropy is very important to me. I'm gonna give back to these kids because they need it more. So I don't know. I'm not really a flashy person, but it's a way to to show my flashiness is like if I'm gonna help someone like do a scholarship or something like that. That's the way I like.
You guys understand why I'm telling you she's the coolest person on earth. Like, she's already like, oh yeah, I'm really not like loud, but if I'm going to be loud, it's like I'm gonna give back like that. Like I'm telling you, not a lot of people our age think like that, especially when they come into the amount of money that we come into.
Yeah.
Right? Because like being a creator is like very lucrative for a lot of creators, and like when you hit that money, you never know what to do with it, and you don't know how to invest in it properly or like make sure you're taking care of it.
True.
So even with you now, I can just tell that like you're very intentional about your work ethic and about who you are as a person. So I want to give you props for that.
Thank you.
So
I'll take it.
This is just like the scratching the surface, honestly, of Drea's journey. But I wanted to start with a segment that we're calling This Came Up on My FYP.
Ooh.
Where I share fun things that come up on my FYP about you. Actually, so I sent you a message and I told you to give me stuff from your FYP, but also gonna pick out tweets or messages or videos that you've ever done, and we're gonna react to it too.
Oh wow! Okay.
I love that. Every time I say that, everybody's like, "Oh, okay." So you should have some on your phone, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take turns, and you're gonna show me what's on the videos you sent to me. You can just click on it.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So the first one I'm gonna jump into because you kind of like hinted at it. Was the bus auntie.
Yeah.
So this is the auntie that is like from the UK, and she literally went viral because she made a video of herself standing on the sidewalk, but it looks like she's on the street and the bus is about to turn and hit her.
Yeah.
But she's just like, I love red buses, double-decker buses in the UK, so I'm gonna show it off. And now she's blown up so much. And it just makes me so happy because I'm like, I don't know, like I love seeing people get opportunities that you wouldn't think. Like she's an older lady, you know, like I said, like what's this? Our mother's doing this. She enter TikTok too and
do it
because even like MAC or some of these other cosmetics are now using her for like promotions and stuff like that.
She was at London Fashion Week. I was like, she was at London Fashion Week. Like she was front row at Burberry.
Wow.
Like, and Coach, like they've actually, like she's becoming a star in her own right, and she's not changing her accent, not changing how she dresses. No, she's everyone's African auntie. Like, when I see her, I'm like, I have an auntie like that. Oh, I know an auntie that is exactly like that. And for me, it's so special because age is such a number for a lot of us. Like, we think life has ended when you get to a certain age, and like. Even something, I feel like I'm gonna get deep here, but
let's get it. I let my deep bubbles, girl.
Like, I was watching her, and I'm like, so many people are embarrassed by public transportation, right? Yeah. So many people are embarrassed by public transportation. So many people see the immigrant story of coming to a different country. Some of our moms, our aunties, going to these countries, and they come from Africa where they are going with drivers and they have maids and they're living so lavishly.
Soft life.
So then going to this like space where like you're actually having to be a nurse or be down as a lesser citizen in a way. And then you have this auntie who you don't know her story. You just know that there's a childlike excitement that comes with her, like in a new beginning that she has. Every time I see those videos, I'm like, this bullshit better not hit this woman. And it just for a lot of creators too, when you watch videos like that, I don't think she probably even deep the fact that the bus is so big it looks like it's about to hit her is a way for people to actually even stay tuned to the video to see if it's actually it's a hook that she probably didn't even know. So imagine her as a young person. If she had grown up in our time, how easy it would have been for her to get success. But she's thought to herself, I'm going to still post this and not change anything about me. Her kids aren't somewhere saying they want to take over her account. Like, I don't even know if she has kids, but like, it just feels very like, oh, she's making it in her own way. And I was literally telling my mom that her generation was raised to become westernized to succeed, and then there's a woman like this who's making sure that like she's just herself. Like she has her scarf, she has her African print, and we all know aunties like that who wear all these fancy colored prints and they'll dress however they want to dress, and nobody, because they look so fly. Like African aunties are so fly
with their big shapes. But she's still, even as she's blown up, she's still been herself. I think she did a collaboration with like H&M, but they still dressed her in her modest style, in her rapper kind of thing. Like, you know, it's just being who you are and just loving. Like I love what you said about the whole like the bus story of like, because honestly, most people when you live in Africa, you have that flashy life, and America will humble you.
It will.
It will humble you. Oh my gosh, you know. But to see someone like her blow up and brands pouring into her and taking that risk to like support or sponsor her from her just doing what she normally does on a daily basis before she catches the bus.
Exactly.
It's cool.
Yeah,
it really is cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I have my video up. I couldn't find the recording. How to go on your page, but I found it, and it's teaching Nigerian people slangs in Korea.
And
it's teaching people Nigerian slangs in Korea. Oh yeah, let's go. Aje butter.
아재 bro.
Okay.
아재 보도.
No wahala.
No wahala.
Omalicha.
Omalicha.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. I'm gone. Waiting to happen.
Waiting to happen.
Yo, I beg you.
아베기.
Yeah. I think I'm in Nigeria, not Korea right now. That's crazy.
That, I think, is one of your favorite things that you do online, which is teaching people Nigerian slangs. How did you come up with that from the get-go?
Oh, okay. I'll tell you how I came up with that, and I want to say something about that video, Korea, right? In Korea, Koreans are a lot more shy, reserved, and very respectful, right? So when I wanted to do teaching people Nigerian slangs in Korea, it was kind of like, even the person that helped me do the videos, he was like, Drea, I don't know if you're going to get this video done because they're all very shy and they don't really I was like, don't worry, I'll bring out that personality, you know? And when we started doing it, he was like, oh my God, Drea, you're so good at this. Because even like the little young girls that they were a little shy, somehow they did it and then I started laughing and then they got comfortable and I was like, yeah, that's the power of joy, man. That's the power of joy. And the biggest thing too was like, I was like, I want to get an elder. And most of the elders we pass by at, you know, to even stop them at first, they're like, no, they keep walking, you know, kind of like that African uncles, African aunties, they're like, I beg Joe, kind of thing, you know. But I was like, no, we're gonna get one, That's that mindset, positive mindset, like we're gonna get one. And finally, that one lady that we got, you know, she was so joyful doing that. She was even asking me, what's your page? And like, I was like, the guy that helped me record, he's Korean, he was like, I can't believe we got an auntie to do that. Like, adults don't talk to the kid. They don't associate, like, the same thing. Kind of like, you know, us cultures, why am I talking to a young elder talking to a young person? So I was very proud of that video. I'm like, dang, I did that. And it came out really good, too.
I feel like people who are listening to this don't understand how exhausting, terrifying, scary it is to approach people on the streets.
Yeah.
In a different country is even worse. Like in America, I feel like I know, like if I'm in New York, I'm like, okay, Washington Square Park, people actually even go around to wait to see if like
I love man on street videos,
you know what
in New York, because New Yorkers have the personality. They're wild. New Yorkers are crazy.
They'll even form a queue to help you report your man on the street. Other countries, it is so terrifying. So like just giving you props too, because like it's insane that you get to do that on positivity. Now, I will say I have a question for you.
Okay.
I don't know how you're going to take this, but I have to ask it when people are there. What is your response to people who always talk about like the exaggerated African accent or Nigerian accents?
Oh, this is great.
They're always talking about it. I have my take.
Yeah, okay.
But I want to hear what you say first.
All right, let's see. My take. I think just like the same way how you're in America and you're from New York, there's a different type of New York accent, different type of Maryland accents. Even if you're American that grew up with immigrant parents, you have a different accent. My Nigerian accent, which people don't realize, because there's even people have talked about that, like, oh, she does exaggerate and they know wahala. First of all, when you're teaching someone something, you have to enunciate so they can understand what you're saying. So you're going to break it down like, no wahala, right? So that's why there's a little bit of exaggeration. But also naturally, my accent comes from, I grew up in Belgium. I grew up in New York. I grew up in Nigeria, Ogun State, where I went to boarding school.
What?
I grew up in Maryland. I went back at the NYSC in Maraba. So I grew up all over the round. So my accent is all over. When I think about my Nigerian accent, it comes from a combination of my accents all merged together. So I don't think you can really judge someone if there's an exaggeration accent, especially like first generation Americans. Our accents a lot come from what we hear our parents talking. Our parents' accent and Nigerian accents, but also merged with them trying to fake their American accents. So it's like all over the place. So I don't think there's actually like, when you think about like a Nigerian accent itself, I don't think there's a specific like this is a Nigerian accent, because even in Nigeria itself, you have people. Have you had Warrior Pigeon? Warrior Pigeon, I can't understand that one. That one is another type of pigeon, you know. So even Nigeria, Igbo accents, then there's Yoruba accent, then there's
maybe Yoruba has different accents of facets of this person sounds this way and that way too.
So I feel like instead of focusing about what the accent is, I think at least for me, I'm just happy I'm spreading my culture with the world, and then people laughing and then laughing not at it but with it. You know, and enjoying it. So that's my take on accents.
Okay, I'm gonna say my take on it, which is people need to understand comedic relief and also people having fun and excitement. So every time I see your video, I'm not expecting you to say no wala. I would never expect you to teach someone a slang word by saying no wala, okay now, or so. Like I would never expect you to speak like that. If I'm ever gonna teach someone something, I would speak in a way to enunciate what they're saying.
Yes.
And especially with your content, I say this all the time. Like the way you like teach the slangs, you are literally teaching them in like the phonetic way all the time.
Yeah.
That's one thing like I've noticed about your content. And when you're interviewing folks, like, you've done a bunch of interviews. You're so successful. And you've done a lot of interviews, and when you're speaking, you're not speaking in the exaggerated hyperbole of the accent. You're speaking like you're speaking normally in a normal conversation. And I think we tend to police ourselves so much rather than enjoy the actual content that's coming out. And why I wanted to even ask you this question is because I have another creator, Marvella, who gets this all the time.
Oh yeah, I know her. Yeah.
Mind you, Marvella was born in Nigeria and now lives in America. And she's only lived in America for a few years. And they are still constantly policing her accent and saying her accent. Mind you, the accent coming out of her mouth is not the real one. And it also feels like we try to like
What is the real?
It also feels like we try to like the amount of people that police my accent too is crazy.
You too?
Me too.
Girl, we about to start a club.
I'm telling you. So I wanted to point that out because videos like that are important, because if you ever see anyone who's Korean teaching Korean, like they're going to speak phonetically.
Yes.
It's just like that. So end of story on that one. Do you have any FYP else thing to point out?
I feel like Sora, so like AI videos have been popping up a lot on my FYP.
Oh my god.
Yes, I really, let me see if I can find one in particular. There was one, because I actually do play around with, I'm a fan of AI.
Yeah.
And I played around with it, but I always see a lot of like Tupac videos.
Yeah.
Or there was one like Martin Luther King on the street. Some guy that they pretended like he looked like Martin Luther King, but he wasn't. But I'm like,
creepy.
wait, what?
Yeah.
It's very creepy. But then there's the AI musician too. I forgot her name. I think I sent that to you.
The black girl, the one that's like,
yes, who got like a multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
So
let me turn the question. That is my podcast.
Talk about it. I have an interesting relationship with AI.
Okay.
Because I think it's inevitable, right? And I think when humans try to police something, you're only going to get more of it. So Sora is a thing because people want Sora to happen and people enjoy the aspect of it. And even the AI artist, AI musician, they're all going to be a thing. I think what people are forgetting is that the new currency is going to be authenticity and making mistakes. I think we went through an era in the world, especially with social media, where we all try to be perfect. The perfect camera, the perfect HD quality, the perfect look, everything like that. And so you have an artist like that who seems perfect on paper. Audio is great, all that thing is great. But then in the long run, people want the human connection.
They do.
Like human connection is going to be the new currency in a way. So it's, of course, we need to have, laws in place to protect actual artists from their art not being stolen. Of course, like we need to, well, not even doing that enough with social media anyways, not to think of even starting that with AI. But at the end of the day, I think we should focus more on how we continue to show up as our authentic selves.
Okay.
Like I can't imagine an AI person teaching people Nigerian slangs, right? And if I do imagine a video like that coming out, it would never be like the way we just saw the auntie hesitate or the kids do the like rock paper scissors shoot. That's the human part that we would never like. No AI can write that good.
No,
you know what I mean? Like no one can write human interaction that well. So I think that's what people will start looking for more. And I also think it helps us start looking at ourselves and saying, what can we start looking at as real or not? Like, because I don't think people have a lot of social media.
I question a lot of the videos. Actually, I recently watched a YouTube video that was an AI. It was a lady's AI clone or avatar who made a YouTube video teaching me about how to do. Was it some recommendations on like books or something? I don't know what it was. Anyways, but it was literally an AI video because I didn't notice it was an AI because she had a lot of overlay of videos. So her avatar would pop up every now and a little bit. But because she was teaching me something, I didn't really need to have that human connection with her. I was just like learning from her. But I think with AI in general, like why I love it is because, especially as a creative, it's going to be a tool for us to use to advance ourselves, right? Like even from like organization or idea generation or like whatever it is, calendar, AI is going to be something that's a tool. That's why I'm like, I don't recommend anyone running from it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the internet was coming around.
Everyone was
running
running
from it. And then
trying to catch up.
The ones who were the early adopters, and that's
Yeah.
one thing I'll say for my career. I'm always trying to be an early adopter for everything.
Yeah.
Like Vine when it came around.
Yeah.
No one was really on it, but I got on it early. TikTok when it came around, everyone was laughing at it. Like, this is a dancing app, stupid. I got on it early and I succeeded. So even me, in the state of mind I am now, and it's like, how can I use AI as a tool to advance myself creatively?
Yeah.
You know, without, of course, because no one can ever, like you said, it's that human connection. But, you know,
never know. You gotta try.
Yeah.
I feel like also with AI, I think we also forget that with social media, everybody has phones too, right? So the same way everybody has phones, everyone has AI. There's certain people in the world who use their phones for good. Like they only pick up their phones to set reminders, to do calendar alerts. Other people use their phones to doom scroll and they never come out of their phone. It teaches human beings discipline in a way that we're not thinking of too, and racking it. Because like with me now, I've caught myself, like if I have an idea or a thought, before I ask ChatGPT, before I ask Chatty, I write my thoughts down and then I feed it into her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a more successful way of keeping your thoughts in there rather than saying generate something from me from scratch. Because and usually whenever you say Chatty generate something, you're usually like, this isn't right. And then you have to tweak.
Yes.
But I'm learning that if I put my idea in, then help and get the support, it then also always comes out better, which I really love. So
and even for like people in countries like, for example, like Nigeria, where things are a lot more expensive to do. Like if you want to become a editor or creator, like you can learn certain things for free using these free AI tools to advance yourself so much more further than you ever would, because you need to pay thousands of dollars for a certain software to learn, or it costs to learn something. You can just go on AI, teach me this. Like, you know, if your papa cannot afford school, like AI, ChatGPT, be the teacher, be the professor.
With disabilities too, like the amount, like we forget that able-bodied humans aren't the only ones to exist, right?
True.
Like there's so many things that AI has been able to help folks who are blind, who are deaf, who are able to communicate in ways. Now they have like in some ways some level of equity on the playing field to actually get invested in creating stuff too, which I really like too. So throwing that out there for you guys if you're running away from AI. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my last video of you, which is one of my favorite ones.
Oh my God, there's more? Whoa.
This soup is going to be scrumptious and good, just like the Lord. The Lord is good all the time. You need a little more spice. Let me see the spice. Okay. Hey! Jesus! So you want to bring knife to my kitchen? Oh yeah? Come and cut onions. Start cutting. Not like that now. Like this. In small cuts. Hey. Yeah, crying. Stop crying now. I'll give you something to actually cry about.
So even
That's so
that,
funny.
Like, no, you're so talented. So I saw that video too, and I was like, this is the most Nigerian American video I've ever seen, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because first of all, Michael Myers is such an American thing.
Yeah.
Like he's like horror in that genre is such an American thing, and then to see a Nigerian auntie in quotes with the head, what do you call it? What you got?
The bonnet.
And you know, cutting onions, like everything you say is so relatable and so funny, and it merges your world together in a way that I don't know if you know you're doing it, but it's like a joke that everybody can understand, and you're also introducing the chaos of what being Nigerian also is, because you're right. Like if I go into the kitchen and if I have a knife, and my mom was like, "Why are you going around with that stupid knife? Go and put it down immediately." If you want yourself now, beat you. What's your problem? Like that, you hear that so many times. So to hear you say that to freaking zombie,
Even to stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about.
Like, we hear that all the time. And then shameless plug, you have most of these slangs on your Sabi slang, which is your card game, which is so good. And like, so how did you first of all think about skits? How do you think about skits like that? And how did you also want to do Sabi slangs?
So Mommy, the character, she came about off just me impersonating my Nigerian mom. And that was something that worked. So the first video I ever had that went viral was me doing a Nigerian mom skit. And just from the comment section alone, people were like, oh, this is so relatable. My Asian mom does this too. And my Arab mom is so similar. I was like, wait a minute. This is different cultures connecting over my culture. And again, like I tell you, I always think about with content, what's simple to replicate. Like, I'm not gonna sit down and crack my brain to do something that I can't replicate. Like, for example, when I first started making videos, what also kind of went viral once was like a prank video of me arguing with like my fake boyfriend in public, and that was me embarrassing myself. But do I actually want to go every day in public and do something embarrassing? I do prank just for the sake of views? No.
no.
But what I knew I could keep on doing was African mom experiences, because I got my African mom that raised me, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many scenarios I could do with them. So Mama D came about, and even more, to make it more spicy, Mama D was more like my mom. If you meet my mother, she's very sweet. Vivian is a nice, kind, very nice. That's what I got. Very nice, kind. She's soft. But I have aunties who are very like feisty, witty, and like can offend you, can read you,
they'll show you shaking,
exactly. So I channel that in, and people love Mama D when she's so petty, like clap it back at you.
I'm telling you, African women are the pettiest. Ooh.
When they want to show you pepe, they'll show you pepe soup.
Like they learn it. It's like they're born and they're like, write notes. This is how to be petty, and they'll show you that.
I think they did course. They can write the ChatGPT prompts on that self. So people just loved how rude she was, Mama D. So I added that like element of like, she's an African auntie, but she's an African auntie that will show you Pepe. And for some reason, the world really loved it. Like, even when I started, I created her own Mama D account, which is now the Sabi Slangs account. And that grew to like 30K in like 3 weeks. It grew when I started posting her videos, and short form was always a sweet spot. So that's what I think about when I think about skits. I'm like, okay, well, for my childhood is relatable. Okay, when will you marry? Okay, you don't have good grades. All those kind of different scenarios that came relatable first generation Americans. And then Sabi Slangs came about because I had the viral slang series. So I'm like, okay, people love me when I'm teaching Nigerian slangs, and I've done it all over the world. You know, Mexico, Korea, Japan, So how can I merge those two worlds if I want to create a product, long term? Because I can keep on creating skits. I can keep on traveling around the world and teaching slangs, but who's funding this?
We'll talk about that too soon.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, let's create a game that has the pettiness of Mama D in it, and also has the learning element of slangs, so people can learn the Nigerian slangs in there too. And I also put American slangs in the Sabi Slangs game because it's like, I'm Nigerian American, that's my experience. So the game is pretty much that. It's pettiness, acted out, dance challenges, phone challenges, dare challenges, all those really my favorite games in one with the slang element in there. So that's how it came about.
Oh, I love that. Could we do a giveaway for one person who was watching?
Yes.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do a giveaway. I'll buy a Sabi slang and I'll give it away to one of you guys.
No,
so you
I'll
guys
give
can
you
test
one. Let me give it. No. So you already supported. Let's give it away. Biko, please.
We'll talk about it.
Ejo. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
So, okay, I love that was what was on our FYPs, guys. If you want to get into the segment of This Came Up on My FYP, actually send me anything at amitoloud.com, or just tag me in some of the wildest things you've seen. Tag the podcast page and use the hashtag This Came Up on My FYP so I can see it and I can react to it. So you can just go to any, like, if you see a video on like online, just tag the Odditty, tag AmitoloudLoud, and put the hashtag in your comment so I can get that notification, and then I can see what you're talking about, and I might react to it too.
Love that.
Okay, on that note, we're going to start talking and bring Drea into the loud guest seats. And the loud guest seats is where we're just gonna get loud, we're gonna get honest, we're gonna get real about. I feel like we've already started hinting at conversations, but we can even get a little bit more deeper.
Wow.
So, when was the first time that you just clocked that, like, oh wait, like, I'm not just funny, you're actually built to be one of the best at this?
Whoa, that is a crazy question. Wow. I'm not just funny, I'm built to be the best of this. I think
I love my friends so much. Just think about that best. You're like, what's going? Yeah, I want to hear it.
I think this is not really there's no such thing as a good answer anyways, but it's more of just seeing people doing it, right? Because when I was, on Vine, and like, I was seeing like people that were in my group chats, like Liza Koshy, Lele Pons, David Dobrik. We were all in the same group chats together, like just talking about content together, and they were starting to blow up, but they were doing it full time.
Yeah.
And I was still doing engineering and social media, but I was like, they're talented.
Yeah.
They're very talented, but I'm also very talented too. So how are they going to be making so much money from this and blowing up and I won't, I'm not missing my train on that one.
Yeah.
So I think that was the moment when I seen other people do it. And that's why it's so important to have like role models of people you look up to, because when you see that it's possible and you really look at yourself like you are just as talented. That's how I see I'm just as talented. I'm the best, right?
Yeah.
That's how athletes think like LeBron
do,
James, like
they
they're the
do.
GOAT,
They're the GOAT
like
for real,
I'm the best at it. So my story would not be different. So that was
Yeah.
like definitely the moment of like seeing other people do it. I'm like, they don't have two heads.
Right.
They're not better than me.
But, okay, then, because I feel like you being Nigerian American, okay, I get excited for my questions.
I love that.
So, I'm of a Nigerian background in terms of like I was born in Nigeria and then I came here.
Yeah.
And one of the struggles I get as a creator is understanding that as a Black person in America, I am already at a loss in a way, right? Compared to like my white counterparts. So of course, like if I keep going, I can always make it work. But like, there's always just a part of me that understands that I am Black, and so my experience is going to be different. So as you were talking now, you mentioned those creators. I'm like, oh, like they're Black and white and brown creators. Like, was Liza and Lily Singh and Lele Pons. Like Lele is Mexican or Hispanic.
Yeah.
Either way, like. But I know most of the top white creators, they often have different opportunities. Has that ever been a factor in your growth at any point? Have you been in spaces where you felt like you couldn't get past this cap because you're Black, or have you just always been like, fuck everybody, I'm gonna do me?
Fuck everybody, I'm gonna do me. No,
knew it.
honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's the way I was raised, but there's so much power in, again, going back to like, because I'm Nigerian and my family, like as an Okeke, like the way my father raised me is like to know that you are an Okeke, you are great. You are like, even like my heights, I'm 6'1.5", and it's like he will look at me like my tall princess, like you're so tall and beautiful, so never don't hunch your back, stand up strong. So I don't know, when I walk into those rooms, and I know it's always a conversation, yes, about like, oh, you know, as a Black creator or as a person of color, we to get less. But I think I was a little bit delusional or maybe oblivious to it. Where like I remember there was a person who wanted to manage me at some point. Like I was looking for a manager, and then he's like, you know, your name, you know, maybe at some point you change your name to Andrea Okeke, because Okeke, you know, Okeke sounds more like luxurious and da da da. And I'm like, no,
Oh, the fuck?
no, that's not how it is. My name is Andrea Okeke.
Yeah.
Once you do it, Okeke, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like my mindset is like, I'm gonna get it. Like if you tell God, this is what I want, this is what I'm praying for, he's gonna give it to you. So I don't know, and I will not say that there is definitely that prejudice, of course, like, you know, the white counterparts to get better opportunities. But here's a really big one too. For me, my career is community. Community, like I told you, group chats. I've always been, how can I connect with other creators so we can talk about the conversations? When the early TikTok creators, we had like this big group chat, and we talked about like the Vine stars that were making like 30K, 40K on a post, and we're like, guys, we're not gonna miss out on this train. So to help us out, if a brand reaches out to you, send us in this group chat and ask if anyone else has a brand also talk to you too. And this was a group chat with also white people too, like white, Spanish, all Black creators. And we're looking out for one another, like, hey, this brand reached out to me, they offered me 5K, how much did they offer you? Oh, 8K, okay, let me also go back and negotiate. Because we don't realize communication is very important amongst your coworkers or your counterparts, because then you guys helping each other win. Because if one creator says, oh, I'll do it for 1K, and another creator is getting paid, was going to be offered 5K, we'll go to the 1K person. Now we're all losing.
Yeah.
So you might as well communicate. So I think having a good community, good people around you, and being transparent with each other has definitely helped. So that's my thought on that.
I'm like taking notes in my head because like, you know, like you're so right in that delusional aspect of you just have to want it so bad, you make it happen. But I think I struggle a lot with community. And I think it was because I was on that, let's be in a group chat, let's help each other. And then I got burnt so many times. I was like, you know what, I beg, let me focus on myself and leave everybody there. But the impact of community cannot be undersold in this situation, because I won't even lie to you, like even like being able to have guests on the podcast is because of community. It's because of people who I'm like, oh, I want to reach out to you, I want to connect with you, and even the growth mindset too. Like me and Drea got on a call, guys, 20 minutes maybe. She was running from, I think you went to the gym or you're just waking up in the morning.
I was at church.
Yeah, she was at church.
I went to clean the church.
And then she called me, and in that conversation going, I got someone who helped me with a video. I got a videographer. I got a podcast studio space opportunities. Like, and it was just in a matter of like just talking about, oh, what are your plans for this thing? What are you doing here? And for me, that is the impact of community and the importance of community too. So I also want to give you props.
You can't do this alone.
You can't do this shit alone.
And the thing people don't realize, like when you're in your room trying to figure everything out by yourself, or even using ChatGPT to figure everything out, you understand like people want to help.
Yeah.
As much as like, and this one thing you said about community, you also knowing the difference between like, oh, this person's my friend and this person is my acquaintance, who I can also rely on.
Yeah.
Because when you put them in a box of like, this person's my friend, when there's some things they can't fill that box for you. But as your acquaintance, as your someone from your community, someone from your coworker, you can ask them like, help me out. People want to help, especially when you're a student. Yeah. Like when I went to USC for grad school, I was using the I'm a college student, help me, yo. Please, I'm a student. I don't know. But people love to give out knowledge. Yeah. Especially you like just ask for help. Yeah. That's a humility thing.
It's a humility thing.
Because people are not humble enough to be like, help me. I will ask for help. Please help me. Help me.
I don't know. Please teach me. Yeah. No, and you see, guys. The most successful people will tell you that their community is the strongest. Because as you're talking, I think about an interview I watched with Kevin Hart too, where he talked about like he and Issa Rae were in an interview together, and he talked about how like he was like, bro, I'm here. What the fuck? Ask me. And she's like, oh, I don't want to bother you. Like, I know you're busy. And he's looking at her like, you have my fucking phone number. Like, call me up if you need anything. You're not bothering me. And I won't lie to you. I learned the impact of that last year when I think it was 2 years ago, a year ago when I went in LA. Because that was around the same time I actually got closer to you, and also Tayo I know at the time. And I just realized that, oh shit, like you guys have so much knowledge that I could impact me too. Let me make the effort to actually ask if I need any help, talk to you guys. Be also invested in your growth and your support too. And there was a lot of nerves too going into that of like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't want to get hurt again. But again, you know, when I was sitting here, I told you I was interviewing someone. I said, oh, I said my friend. I said, actually, maybe not my friend, somebody I know, because I had to also learn the difference between acquaintances and friends. Because in a business that's so personal, like sometimes it feels hard to delineate which one is a personal relationship, which one is a co-worker relationship.
Word. You're so smart. Oh. Delineates, appreciate, congratulate. Go on, sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. So I really love that. So talking about your journey, you from industrial engineer, full-time creator. Did you graduate industrial engineering?
Yeah.
Crazy. So going from that to full-time creator, Forbes, crazy. And 30 under 30. When you look back, what's the most like this could have gone left decision that changed everything for you?
What do you mean this could have gone left?
So like, is there a time when you were like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. This is not going to work out at any point in your career. Have you always just had like a steady rise? Has it been like...
Because I am... I'm a woman of faith. I just go on faith. But I always have backup plans, right? Mm-hmm. So like, again... And this may be the chicken move, because today's generation, everyone's telling you, quit that job, girl. Yeah. Follow that passion. You go do that, girl. No, you have to be smart and strategic. Yeah. So for me, before I did social media full time, I was doing, engineering and also social media. But I didn't just say, let me quit my engineering job and do social media full time. Yeah. I ended up going to grad school. Mm-hmm. So I applied to USC. University of Southern California for a master's in entrepreneurship and innovation. Yeah. And I also applied for a scholarship through TikTok. They gave me like, it was a $30,000 scholarship to go to college, to go get my grad school, right? Graduate degree. So then I knew, okay, I'm going to move into LA now. And I'm also a student while doing social media, right? So now I can learn the business side of social media. And then when I finally learn it, I understand how to pitch myself to brands, how to make sure I treat myself as a business. Okay, now I've learned it and I'm graduating in college. Okay, now I can do this full time. So I never just said, let me give it. And also when you're a student again and you're broke, no one's looking at you like, why are you a big age? You're broke. Hey, I'm a big age, I'm a student. I'm a student, please help me. So I always was strategic. I always had a backup plan. And in my mind, because I had that degree, and this is what helped me, again, it might be the Nigerian me, but I knew I had a degree. So if I do this social media full time and it's not working, I can just go apply for an engineering job somewhere and do both, right? So that I always kind of had a backup plan, but without having a backup plan, but still taking that leap of faith, right? Because there's still a leap of faith to do this, go on, but you have to really just go at it heavy. Like, this is it. Even if you have the backup plan, I didn't say, oh, okay, tomorrow I'll go apply for jobs. Like, no, I'm doing this heavy. I'm gonna book the studio. I'm gonna film this content. I'm gonna post consistently. Like, just risk it all. So that's definitely like.
I'm just looking at you. All can you tell? I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, we underestimate how much work, or maybe people watching underestimate how much work and intention goes into success. And your level of success is something people don't even deep. But like, when I hear you talk, I'm like, of course it's inevitable that she's successful and she's the best at what she does. Because I can hear the passion, I can hear the drive, I can hear the intention too. And I can hear the strategy behind it all. And I think with social media, it's hard when, if I'm sitting here and I come with a video idea, like it just maybe pops it, like we're drinking matcha and I think of something, I'm like, oh, let's film a video. And that video gets 10 million views. It's easy to then go, oh, I can just rely on thinking of random ideas and then film. And I could do that for the rest of my life. At some point, that video view will stop. And I will need the strategy to figure out how to get the next thing, how to build a business out of it. What if TikTok goes away? What happens then? And I think people get so hungry for virality and views, they forget there's a lot of strategy behind it.
Oh my gosh. It's not about It's not about going viral. It's really about building that community and having that brand. Right? Because like I built a brand around the Nigerian American experience, right? From the slangs to the Mama D, African mom character, like building that brand and replicating that, creating a series that people want to keep coming back to watch my content. I think another thing too, which maybe an answer to the question you have in the future, but it's like, how can I stand out amongst the masses? Right? Because there's a lot now. Even I don't know if today, if I had zero, I want to start being a creator. I have to be really passionate about it because there's so many creators. So at that time when I was doing it, I was taking notes from the greats. Like what were the greats as the top people on social media doing? They were standing out. So okay, me and my friend James Henry were like, okay, Drea, let's use our little money we're earning to book studios. We live in LA. Book a studio that has like a set, like a hospital room, a jail room, a courtroom, and let's make our content stand out. Now you can use green screen, though, but then there was no green screen. No, now so we're doing that, and now it's how brands were looking like, yo, these people are in an airplane right now, and this video is funny, but also their the quality of work is good. Well, we can put product placement in these videos, so like that's how I was really like standing out, and then feeding into the community. Like I know what kind of content I wish I grew up watching, which I wished I saw growing up watching, whatever that language is. Right now, I wish I saw when I was growing up watching.
You're looking for what content you
My first language was French.
What kind of content you wish you grew up watching? You get the points.
I saw to watch.
What are you trying to say?
Hey, Jesus, so I wish I would have seen growing up.
Okay, you're creating content that you wish you saw growing up.
Bam. So,
we made this. How that was a lesson. Shit, man.
Oh God, my brain power has gone. Anyways, because like I think about like young Drea. I really loved Taylor Swift because like back in the day I still like her, but I loved her because she was tall, right? And she was like a tall girl killing it. So now when I was thinking about content, I was like thinking about, okay, could I do some funny sketches about being a tall girl?
Yeah.
And then I see some DMs about girls like, oh my God, I love your height. I love that you're tall. You know, like, oh yeah, this works. I'm thinking about the people watching it, but also creating it for myself at the same time. You know, two boxes being ticked at the same time. Strategy.
Gosh, so iconic. So in sort of that conversation too, what did being Nigerian and being raised Nigerian teach you about success? And also, what did you have to unlearn to actually enjoy your life now?
Definitely the working hard part. You know, like my mom says, anything worth doing is worth doing well. So you have to go hard at it. But I think unlearning was like being able to balance working hard and also having fun. Because I think being a creator is it's a fun job. Like you're being a creative, it's fun. You get to film with your friends and hang out. So I think I had to unlearn, like, it's okay to take a break and not post a little bit. That's definitely something I've learned now. Like if I go offline for a bit, like my followers they'll still be there.
They'll still be there.
You can come back stronger. Like it's okay to rest.
It's
Rest
okay
a
to
little,
rest.
It's okay. Travel a little
Yeah.
bit, like rest a little bit. That's definitely an unlearning thing. Cause even like I think my parents now are just learning. Like I took them on a trip to Jamaica. No, I took both of them. I said go. I didn't go.
I love
I said go
that.
enjoy Jamaica.
Enjoy.
And now they involve vacation into their schedules because they work so
Yeah.
much, right? So even me too, like, cause I think as a creator too, sometimes you do like a brand trip. It's not really. It's work. It's work.
Not a
It's a
holiday.
it's a holiday. It's a work. You have to get content together.
At 8
get
a.m.
outfits.
You gotta do this. You gotta take.
You know, because you've done a lot of brand trips actually. You know.
Girl.
So it's like how to be able to say, okay, let me stay extra 3 days for myself and not post and go offline.
Yeah.
Like my favorite times, which I'm looking forward to, is like spending time in the village. Yeah, because like I don't have internet. I'm locked off. I'm like just chilling with family and just resting. So I think the I had to unlearn is like you can work hard, but you can also find time between to rest.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I love that. On the conversation of like resting then, like was there ever a point where you're like, you know what, I'm chasing being the best, but like, oh shoot, I'm actually exhausted. I'm chasing something on this internet. I'm trying to like burn myself alive. Like, have you ever felt like that at any point during your career?
Okay. I think I felt like that when it was like before I had to travel and I was trying to do as much like content as possible. So when I traveled to Nigeria, I can like take time off. So I was saying yes to everything. I was like, okay, this brand deal came in. I just say yes. But at a certain point, I was like, Dre, you're tired.
Yeah.
Can you say no?
Yeah.
It's okay to say no.
It's okay to say
So
no.
it's easy to know.
actually.
More
Yeah.
will come.
More
And
will
that's where I
come.
learned the abundant mindset. It's like not everything needs to like, because when you operate from a state of lack,
Yeah.
you will never actually reach the potential you need to be. Because you're always at a scarcity mindset like, oh, if I spend this money, it's not going to come back. If I don't say yes to this, I'll never get this opportunity again.
Yeah.
But you need to realize, and not to turn into a church service, but God is going to bring you what
He
you
would
need
always.
and even more in abundance. So I learned the abundance mindset where it's like sometimes you need to say no to things so you can actually be able to pour and have more time to pour into these things that are working for you and stop adding so much more to your plate.
No, I love that. You're so right, because I feel like I'm currently in that space of balance, and I think a lot of creators struggle with that a little bit too, of like, when do we know we're doing too much? When is it time to rest? Especially, I think for you, I like to say like I'm a personality creator, but I think you are more of a personality creator than even I am.
Really?
Because so I'll tell you what that means essentially. So I would say a Mr. Beast is a personality creator too. Kai Cenat is a personality creator, someone who people are relying on for their funniness, their personality, rather than like, get ready with me, day in the life. What makeup do I use? What blush do I use? What shoes am I wearing? What like? It's more of like you're the art, but your ideas, your skits, you're a host, you're a presenter, you're an actor, right? Like that's your niche. And I think I'm also trying to get into that space, but I struggle sometimes because to make money, a lot of the bread also comes from the get ready with me's, the
y'all
brand,
making money.
like the cover, girl, the vlogs, all of that, right? And so when I sit in that mix, then I end up being in moments of I'm exhausted because I want to film this skit, but then this brand wants me to film this air video, and then they get ready with me and put makeup on and da 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 da. And I had to also even catch myself and be like, I'll beg. It's somebody who's alive that can do all these things.
You've done enough.
You've done enough. But I will say I enjoyed that when we both walked in here. You were telling me about all the plans. I was telling you about my plan. I said, you're always working hard. And you were like, I can literally look at you and say the same thing. So I like how we acknowledge that we work really hard. But I love that I think we're both being intentional now, but also getting moments of rest.
Yes.
Because that's important too.
It
now I have a
is.
random question that's not in my notes, but
Okay.
I have a weird take. Am I too loud if I say that? I really, I really want your take on this for real, because I think white people.
Where is this question going?
I think white people just they don't rest. And
Wait, really?
Let me explain what I mean by that, okay? Because like, maybe that's why I put some insane pressure on myself. Because when I look at the white peers that I compare myself to, every aspect
compare
of
yourself.
No, okay, maybe not compare myself.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know
like
what you mean. It's
I am that we're in the same buckets. Let me see
Yes.
that way, right?
Yeah.
Like if you go to certain events, the people that I see at those events, they're like, every step of their life is documented. You know what I mean? Like, they might be giving birth and they're vlogging the child coming out of their cooch. You know what I mean? Like, there's no rest involved. You see that with like Nara Smith. I know she's not white, but you see that with Nara Smith. You see that. I know like Vidya is another creator who's not white actually, so maybe it's just not a white thing. But there's certain moments of content creators that I see that are like, they're on the go 24/7. It doesn't feel like there's ever a rest. I mean, people talk about how Alex Earl has never not posted in the past 4 years. Like, she's actually not going on a break online.
Wow.
Like, she's posted every day for the past 4 years. So when I see folks like that, Mr. Beast said he has never gotten a break. Like, he's constantly posting because he wants to be the best. So when I see folks like that, Kevin Hart, and I'm like, clearly I have an issue, because these are people I'm looking at and I'm like, I want to do that too. But I feel like it also would lead to burnout. But then I'm like, is it burnout or is it that I don't want it enough?
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
And I'm not sure what the answer is.
It's like you have to do what works for you.
Okay.
Because if you're someone who, like for Alex Earl, who has never missed a day, that has become her normalcy. And she's used to that.
She's used to that.
Right? Because even like when you think about someone who wants to create content, like how you're creating content, it feels impossible. If today you put me in the laboratory, be a rocket scientist, I don't know how to do rocket science. I don't know how to do that. But like coming up with skit ideas and content ideas is like the back of my hand. Like, I've done that for so many years that it's easy for me. So you just have to do what works for you. And if you want to be able to make that your normal lifestyle, you can. You just have to start doing it. And it's sooner enough, if it's for you, you will naturally make it into a habit where it's like, I'm documenting my life every day and I'm posting so consistently, and now it's normal for me. And to this point about the people who are like, they document everything, some people only let you know what they want you to know because it's curated.
That's true.
So to you, like, some people come to me and tell me, girl, you're always gone. You're always traveling. Meanwhile, I've been at home for like 3 weeks straight. And I'm like, I'm posting my travel videos from my room. But you think I'm still gone. So it's a curated experience, and you have to curate the kind of life that you want people to see, but doesn't mean that they're always busy. And they might also have a team who's in charge of turning around that video super fast. They film everything, they edit. So now the stress of filming and editing is not on them.
That is
so they're able to keep it up long term. And I promise you, a lot of these people, they have teams, or they have someone to help them with that aspect.
Look at me recording my podcast, setting everything up.
Yeah, you know.
I think you're gonna have the answer to that.
Yeah. Drea knows best.
Drea knows best, guys.
Let me stop.
Tell you. Okay, then, what is the standard you hold for yourself that people don't see?
Oh man, these are hard questions. What's the standard I hold for myself that people don't see? I mean, people see the authenticity. And I guess I didn't really, because someone even like, Neoma, she told me that recently. She was like, Drea, Neoma and Donald too, they told me that, like, you really did that. Like, you came out in a time popping your content about culture before it was even cool to be Nigerian, you know, and you didn't go like, let me try to like change myself a little bit so that way I can get some deals from like the white people or the white America, you know. I was like, I just showed up as myself. And that's something I didn't do intentionally. I just did it because I don't like stress. I like peace. I knew it was easy for me to do. So thank God it worked out, you know? But what's a standard that I hold for myself that people don't see? Oh, man. I don't know. The only thing that pops to mind is like family.
Ooh, yeah, I love that.
I really love my family. Like, family, and I guess I said it already, community. Like, because like, that's my reset button. Like, I always look forward to going around like my sisters, my nieces, my mom, my brother, just so I can, just being around them just helps remind me about why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know. And that's like, I hold them to the, like, I'm so thankful for having a good family that actually like supports me. They're not envious of me, and they're more like even sometimes my brother's like, Drea, what about your show? You need to do this, you need to do that. Like, he's like pushing me. Like, they push me good, you know. So I think that's a standard. I guess family is my standard. And maybe if I think of something else, I'll say another answer.
Okay, so what is then?
Oh, standard. Okay, I think another one actually.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah, maybe like knowing my worth.
Yeah,
that's another good answer. Know my worth. I feel
like I could tell. that. Because like when I see you in rooms, like I think you hosted something for TikTok, and in my head I went, oh, she definitely knew her. Like she knows what she offers. I think when I first was trying to get into presenting and hosting, I don't even know if you know this, but I posted something about a reel. You posted something about hosting, and I just went to study and watch you do your thing, and I was just like, you do it so well, and it's so carefree and it's so easy, and I could tell you worked hard. So even when you're talking about doing hosting classes and acting classes, I was like, I knew it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, someone who's made sure, like, when you're giving the opportunity, you're ready for it.
Yes.
And for a lot of us, people always want opportunities, but they're not prepping for when the opportunity needs to come.
Because I think in life, like, and this is why the comparison thing that we talk about, right? I stopped comparing myself to others because I really know what value I bring.
Yeah.
So what people do don't bother me. And even like something I did, I trained myself, is turn off people's likes. Because at a certain point, I was starting to compare my likes to other people, and I haven't had likes turned on. Like, I can't see what people likes, how many likes they get in the past maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I started comparing myself like to other comedy creators or other creators. I'm like, they're getting this many likes in this how many minutes, and I only get this. And I'm like, Drea, why you compare yourself to others? You know who you are.
You do.
You know, the daughter of the Most High God you are.
Yeah.
And I know my talent is, I'm a people's person.
Yeah.
Like, I know the effect I have on people when I talk to them. And when I finally discovered hosting and doing it on stage, and like the first time I spoke in Cannes, TikTok flew me out there to speak at Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity, like a big marketing convention. Yeah. And there's like 3,000 people in the audience, and I was not scared just to tell my story. I'm like, I'm going to sit down there. I was so excited to go up there and speak and talk about my journey as an engineer, as a creator, as da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, I know what I'm good at, so I'm only going to get better at it.
Yeah.
And when you know that's your superpower, no one can tell you anything. Because honestly, no one can do what you do. These quotes. No one can do what you do, so treasure that, right? Like, I know I'm good at give me a mic, put it in front of people. Yeah, that's good. But don't put me in the laboratory to become a rocket scientist, because I'm not good at that. You know,
someone tell you to be a rocket scientist.
I don't know, that's like the most generic example, because I don't think everyone can be a rocket scientist or dye hair cosmetologist and dye someone's hair. You know, I don't have confidence. But I think superpower is confident at what you can do. Yeah, and just get better at it every day.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, guys.
Okay, so like, on the flip side then, what's one area where like you've sort of become softer, or you've softened and said, you know what, I don't need to be the best in this area. It's good enough for me. Like, just being there is good enough for me. Is there anything in your life that you're like, I'm not the best at? Because I think you're the best at everything. But
oh man, now this one they watch show. Where's the Omo? Big the Omo and buckets.
I'm telling you, I'm so dead ass right now. Because like, and I tell people this, if you're trying, you're already the best, because at every point of where you are, you're doing the best that you can. So like, is there anything you've done maybe that you're like, this might not be my best, but it's good enough and I've tried it? And it could be nothing too.
Yeah, I'm just good at everything.
See, I told you.
No, guys. I'm thinking, the only answer I can think about is, this is so random, but cooking, like not cooking, but cooking soups, like soup, like I'm not good at cooking, like
don't piss me off.
It's okay. Like I really love okra soup, but I'm not good at it. It never comes out good. Jollof rice. Recently, I made jollof rice and it tastes a lot better. I used a TikTok recipe where you roast the bell peppers inside and it came out better.
I should send you my recipe.
So yeah, but I wish I was better at cooking Nigerian food. You know, because people always told me like, oh, you do a lot of Nigerian content. Like, can you do some cooking videos? I'm like, you want to come cook for me? Then I try it as a chef. So I think it's not deep, but it's real. It's like cooking soups. Like, I was like, ogbono soup or like vegetable or leaf.
People underestimate how hard it is to make soup.
It's hard.
It's hard, especially if you don't know the right ingredients, and then you do put too much iru inside the leaf. How many leaves? Is it going to be water? And then you're shitting after because you're not sure what you did that was wrong. I'm telling y'all.
And even the prepping of making Nigerian food is so hard.
It's hours. It's just not easy. It's just so much ceremony. So I feel you, girl. I feel you heavy. Okay. Since you've talked about this a little bit, so you can maybe just touch on it a bit more, but you've hinted at the fact that like Mama D is also teaching people Nigerian culture. So did you do that intentionally? Was it more of like it was just funny and then I realized I was teaching people, or was it more of like, oh, I want to intentionally teach people about my culture?
I think it was a mixture of like I want to teach you about my culture,
Yeah.
because Nigerians, we always want to show ourselves, like come over, come and try our food, like let me teach you the dances. I naturally was always putting people on Afro beats back in the day, like before Burna Boy was popping. I'm like in my dorm room, I'm playing it loud so people can hear it, So I think, and then I just love the way like our culture connects people. Like seeing that connection through joy is so good.
Yeah.
Like I remember one video I did a campaign for HP, and it was about like how do you recycle in your household. And the story I told was like Mama D, like growing up, my mom would recycle plastic bag. We don't throw it away. We use it as trash bag. Or like water bottle. We don't throw it away. The plastic, we put granules inside it or put spices, And that was it. And it went super viral, millions of views. And again, people commenting like my Arab mom does this, my Asian mom does this, my this, So I love just seeing people connection through content, connection through storytelling, and that's so it's an intentional thing of like teaching the slangs or teaching through Mama D, but also it's just nice to see that, like even outside of my community, I can relate to other people's community through we have similar backgrounds, similar experiences, we have similar experiences.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as a Nigerian American then, do you ever feel like that pressure of like representing us perfectly in a way?
So yes and no.
Okay.
Because there is the truth of like, Nigeria is not perfect, right? Nigeria is not perfect. We know that,
Don't get me started,
I know.
I could go off.
But because I want my page to be joyful and people to come there, and if you're sad, you leave happy from watching my content. I want to portray the positive side of Nigeria, because it's very easy to go to other news outlets and get all the negatives you want, So I don't carry it on my head. It's not my job to be the one to tell you everything, right? But I'll just tell you from my experience, because when I went, my favorite part of my life was when I was in boarding school in Nigeria. Like that was like leaving.
Your favorite part?
Yes. And I know it's so weird, because when I talk to my friend, I'm still really close to my really close friends that from like my boarding school times from JSS. So I did JSS1 to SS1 in Nigeria.
You did JSS1 and it was one of your favorite times?
Yes.
What boarding school did you go to?
I went to Trinity International College in Ogun State, Ofada.
That's crazy. Your favorite time?
Yes.
Did you get bullied?
Yes, of course, kind of. Because I was like the American girl with the American accent. And my cousin was in SS3, so he made sure they protected me. So right, but I still got the beating, the flogging, all those things like that. Like, but trauma bonding. Like we all come in the room and cry together, because like they beat us, they punish us, pick pin, jump frog, all those different punishments they'll give us. But like it really was like sisterhood in the dormitory, like and even we all looked out for one another, even though like the meals were terrible, bread and butter every day, or like rice and stew with no meat. Yeah, it was, but I don't know. I just loved it because it really taught me my independence. It taught me confidence. Like I was the tallest one in my sets. Ooh. So every time if someone did something, they immediately say, it was you. Like, I don't know, because my friends have different experiences. They all said like it was terrible, like trauma from this and that. And yes, they were, but I always is the optimism, the positive outlook in me. And I was like, like I learned so much. I learned about my culture. Like that's where I really learned, Nigerian lingo and just like our dance. We have what's it called, school nights when you have like dance. Whatever it's called.
Oh God,
I don't know what.
Social night.
Social night.
Yes,
I was in dance club. Dance scene. We now there dancing, break dancing. We go to dance to gospel songs. I remember. And then I was in drama club too. Started doing small acting. I liked. And I really wanted to be meal prefect. What's it called?
Why want to be meal prefect?
Because I wanted to stand in the middle of the dining hall and say, "Bow your heads for prayers," and that's how I knew your girl loved attention.
Yeah,
she loved
I wanted to be social prefect because I would absolutely I wanted to be the head of everything. Oh, I want to turn up the party.
Yes,
I love that.
It tracks.
Oh, Drea, so I did not realize it was boarding school and you liked it. Like, and when I think about what you're saying now, I feel like you're actually right. Like the punishment and all of that stuff is actually like trauma bonding. But when you think about it, like you learn so much, and our audacity comes from that experience itself. Like alone at that age that we were, and so to just navigate all these relationships with different people and teachers and being away from home, it just toughens you in a way that most people can't like even understand or relate to if they didn't go through the experience.
That's definitely what it's tough because to move from America where you're doing maybe 6 subjects and you go to Nigeria, doing 15 subjects, and I came second term where I had to now handwrite all my notes. It's such ridiculous. Why is at your 10-year-old learning 15 subjects, business, but you learn business studies, social science, all this, you know. But that challenge excited me, you know, and just I think just being around people 24/7 was like the best. But I won't lie that I was sad when I first moved in. Like the first month, of course, I was like, my parents hit me. You only get 1 phone call a month or visiting day, and my parents won't come a visiting day because they lived in Abuja. My mom was still in America, so I'm like, But community, that's probably where I learned community from.
Community, no,
like,
I can see that.
They were like, oh, it's okay. Like, do you want my extra meats? I know you're hungry. You know, people look out for one another. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I love that. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, at what point now, thinking about kid Drea, thinking about Nigerian Drea, Nigerian American Drea, businesswoman Drea, at what point did you now decide, okay, I'm a business now, I'm a brand, I want to monetize all these views I'm getting?
It was 2018, right? Going to school. Because my business school that I went to, we were learning how to pitch. Like we were learning how to do pitch decks, or how to pitch your business. Yeah. And when I applied for grad school, it was like I applied as like Andrea Knows Best is my business, right? So every class we did, they'll like pair us with like somebody else to pitch a business, but on the side I'll start learning, okay, if I'm pitching Drea, how does that look like? So I started making my own templates, like how to pitch myself out. I will spend time like go on LinkedIn, look for who's a social media manager for whatever company I want to work with, and then write them an email like, hey, I'm Drea, I have this many followers, my audience is this age group, here are my most viral videos, I can promote your product, I'll email them on LinkedIn. If they'll message me back on LinkedIn, I'll find stalk them on Instagram, message them on Instagram, you know, and even like learning that, okay, you have to put your best self forward, make your media kits, doing research, right? Back then, people weren't really familiar with media kits and then doing that there. So I'm like, okay, this is the business. Like, Andrea Knows Best, your page is your product you're selling and pitch it. Wow. So really just learning how to do that because you can sit down and wait for opportunity to come for you, or you can go out and get it. And I'm a go-getter.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna get that. So that's definitely, I learned that early on, and also just like realizing that it's who you know in this industry, right? It's not about just your page, because you will see some of these creators or creatives in whatever industry you're in who are getting opportunities, but they're not that talented. But because they went to events, and this is something I remembered. There's this conference called VidCon. It's a video convention, right? Super big, right? All the creators will try to go there. I really wanted to be a speaker there, like a featured creator, but I wasn't big enough then. They didn't see me. It's whatever. But I still went there. I printed out business cards. And I was the only creator there who had a business card. So while everyone is trying to follow on farms with the biggest creator, hey, I'm like, who's the one who's managing this creator? Let me go talk to them. Here's my business card. So that's how I was setting myself up for success, you know? It's like, I'm
taking notes. I feel like I'm geeking over this. Wow.
Yeah, you know? So it's like,
smart.
And it makes you memorable because it's like, who was that creator that gave me a business card? What the hell? But you have to really speak the language of the people who are making deciding those decision makers, right? That now today may be a little bit different. Like all these things
honestly,
they want to do.
It's probably still the same. Because I can think about it, like people wouldn't be more understanding and respecting because now a lot of creators are unserious. And like, for lack of a better word, like most of them would not even take the time, and they're chasing like, oh, how can I do this outlandish thing and this thing to get attention? But most of them are chasing attention from views and fans, not from the actual people making the decisions. Exactly. So when you go to events, are you talking to your peers or are you talking to the PR girls who invited you and your peers?
Exactly.
Because if they invited you, that means they already know you and your peers. So you and your peers should chill. Go network, go talk to people, especially if you're an immigrant and someone who's not in this space and you don't already have an inbuilt network through school, through organizations. It's so pivotal. And as you're talking now, I'm like, you're so right. That's why she's the best.
Thank you.
Period. So you have Sabi Slangs, you have hosting, you have scholarships, you have brand deals, you have family, you have opportunities, you have travel, you have all these things going on. How do you decide which one is aligned to Andrea Knows Best LLC versus which one is just noise?
That's a good question. I mean, my manager now tells me that.
You have management, you have agency, right?
I have he's my agent.
Okay.
Yeah, agent. But I also call him my manager and my friend. I love him so much.
Oh, I love that.
But I'm very good at doing many, many things at once.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, would I be better if I try to focus on just like 2 or 3 things?
Yeah.
Because I will be transparent with you. I'm not gonna come on here and lie like, oh my God, everything's great. Like things do lack, right? Because even like now, like my course, like I had the TikTok course, next level influence course for people to learn how to do social media and how to build a TikTok page. But after I was so excited, I launched it and I sold a couple, and I'm like, all right, on to the next thing. And like, you know, so I think, how do I decide? That's not actually something I'm trying to do right now. Going into 2026 is like, you have so many franchises. You have Sabi Slangs, you have your course, you have, you know, my show I'm trying to produce, you have Mama D, all these things. Like, could I pick like 2 or 3, maybe 2, and really go in on it? And how much more further would that go? You know, that's why I admire, like, you know, Am I Too Loud? Yeah. Right? You locked in on it. Locked in it.
Still, I'd be like, I'm actually trying to, I'm not sure, because I feel like we're on the same page with that too, because I struggle with like honing. I call myself a multi-potentialite, and that's someone who's like a jack of all trades and a master of all. And that's like, you are capable of doing everything. Like, you are, like, we are capable of sitting here and doing all those things you just mentioned. However, we're also humans, and sometimes things will lack. So I have conversations with people all the time where they're like, okay, so if you want to pick 2 things, what do you pick? And then I start doing the 2 things. I'm like, I miss the other thing. Or I'm bored because now it's too stable. I got to go back to it. Yeah. So I'm trying to navigate how to keep doing things at a certain level or break them up into quarters. So instead of doing a full year of focus on 2 things, I would do like, this is the season for the podcast, and this is the season for the vlog channel. This is the season for YouTube, and grow it to where like it's its own entity and its own space or its own ship, and then I can go on to the next thing. And that's helped me rewire. So like the podcast has been my priority from now until the end of the year. And then for next year, I'm starting with like December actually till like March, I'm doing the vlog channel. And then from March till next summer, I'm doing my main TV channel that I have on YouTube where I want to actually create shows. I love so it's like stuff like that that's able to keep me like, so when I focus on the podcast now, I know I wake up every morning, I think about this idea. Once I know I've done it well 150, I can let it go so someone else can take over and do it.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. Yeah. That's good. That's good. I love that you're already kind of planning 2026 like ahead of time.
Girl, I'm trying. That's good. Like, it's helped me realize that. I think it's also being a nomad has helped, because I realized I have to plan shit now or else nothing gets done. Yeah. And I actually was talking to a friend yesterday about it, and she said in LA specifically, but I applied that to my life, that if you sit still, nothing happens unless you plan for it to happen. Meaning you can sit in your house and be in your house for 2 weeks and you realize you've not left your house because you have your gym in your apartment, you have everything else you need. But if you decide, okay, maybe tomorrow I want to do Pilates, the next tomorrow I want to go to Santa Monica Beach, the next I want to go do this, life begins to happen to you, then you realize things go easier and faster because of it. So I'm looking at that with my content too, like, okay, for the podcast, what are my goals? How do I want to get there? Let me start planning that for next April, next June, next December, stuff like that.
That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take a page from that book, definitely. And even like just like seeing which ones align most with my purpose, right? Because like I want to make sure I'm very much walking in my purpose and still doing that. Because like some of these things, even like the more you do it, becomes easier. So it's not going to take up that much of your time. Yeah. But if I can pour more into like what's going to really fulfill my purpose, then I'm going to feel even better. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah.
I love that. Okay, so what is one money or business L that you took early that still shapes you now? Do you have any?
I definitely do. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I have a good story. Okay. So, when I started getting some money, I was like, okay, I want to invest. So then I had some person I know told me about this like company that helps build out your Amazon store, right? Okay, they build an Amazon store for you, and like they will run it for you. You just have to put an investment in. Yeah. So I did it. I paid $20,000 to create an Amazon store. Okay. And wait, I'm gonna keep going. Amazon store. So they created it for me, but what I didn't know, because they were like, oh, we're gonna generate like $10,000s of dollars like every month for you, and I'm like, cool. What I didn't know is that I'm gonna have to use my own credit card for this deal. So what they do with the Amazon store is all pyramid scheme. They take, if someone orders like, let's just say they order like Crocs from your Amazon store, they will go to Walmart and see, okay, maybe they're selling Crocs for $20 on a Walmart, and you sell your Crocs for $30 on Amazon, right? So they buy it on Walmart and they ship it from Walmart straight to them, and then they take the profit, like you get the profit. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So if you buy, let's say your Amazon store has deodorant for $10, Walmart is selling that same deodorant for $2. They'll buy it from Walmart and ship it directly there. So now you have that profit of $8. But what's happening is that those Walmart orders they're buying is your credit card. So before Amazon will pay you back off your profits you made, now your credit card bill has already gone so high, and now you're in serious debt and you're waiting for Amazon to pay you out. So it was just basically a big scheme, and the company that ended up was doing it for me ended up going like bankrupt. Yep. So now I'm like waiting for them to like pay me back, and there's a profit split, right? So it was like, I think it was like terrible split, 50-50.
Yeah.
So it was terrible. Anyways, I lost $20,000 and I lost my Amazon store privileges, which is why Sabi Slangs is not on Amazon. Because every time I try to create an Amazon store for Sabi Slangs, it flags. And even I was working with Amazon directly. This is like 4 years later to try to make my own store. They're like the AI keeps flagging my they tried everything to try to like show that hey, like she's a legit business, this and that, but
you're like, no,
screw me over.
Remember.
So the moral of the story is, don't listen to everyone who tells you go invest in this because it's gonna make you money. Do your own research. Because I was just hungry. I was like, I want to be an investor.
Yeah. And it's investing, so like, you're getting more, let's invest in something, and you never know.
Never know. So it definitely was a terrible investment.
Diversify your income, guys, and then look at me now.
Yeah, like take your time. Even like with all this Bitcoin and crypto, everyone talking about invest in this. Like, do your research. Me, I don't do. That's another terrible investment I did. What's that one? The picture arts thing that.
The Bitcoin thing.
I
can't remember.
I can't remember, but you know it was like it's digital art.
Digital art,
right?
Yeah.
I also bought some because this guy, he was like, I'm making so much money, I'll teach you. Investing money that I lost. I never was able to resell it. Resell the art. It's nice to own that freaking art piece. That's not even real. I can't even hang it on my wall. It's on the freaking internet. So,
I'm telling you, Bitcoin and all those shit confuses the fudge out of me. That's why I can't even get into, because I don't even understand the concept. Like, I'm like, so where is it? They're like, oh, it's in the air. Where? Where in the air?
It's in the air.
Show me. Point it out to me now. Please.
Yeah, so those were stupid investments I make. So now I only invest in things that I understand more, like real estate. Like now I'm doing more real estate. I'm like, okay, I understand that. It's smart, but it's also...
It's a law. Trust me, it's a law.
I can't even
Especially American real estate. Wait. Okay,
my girl.
Well, another podcast episode for that.
Yeah,
but thanks, Drea, for being in the loud guest seat. I appreciate you. We're going to go into some fun questions now. And it's a game called Best Advice or Worst Advice. And I'm going to read you sort of like a scenario or different parts of the creator journey. And you can either say, oh, that's good advice, or that's the best advice you can get, or that's the worst advice. Do not do that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Posting every single day, no matter what. Best advice or worst advice?
Worst advice.
Yeah? Okay. You want to tell me why? You just want to keep going?
No, I'll tell you why. I always have something to say. It depends on the type of content, right? Like you create. Like let's say you create like cinematic, like HD high definition producing kind of videos. You can't post that every day. It takes a long time to produce. And if you're not posted every day, is my tank, because now you're rushing your creativity. Yeah. So again, do what works for you.
I love that. Niching down super hard and never switching lanes.
It depends on you. For me, it's worst advice, because someone like me who wants to try different things, then you're stuck in a box. I never want to be stuck in a box. Even like with skits too. Like when I started posting skits and they love skits, I train my community to know, like, hey, sometimes you might get skits, sometimes you might get slangs, sometimes you might get me travel vlogging, sometimes you might get different things. Because when I'm too big for a box.
Yeah, too big. Yeah. Just be consistent and everything will work out.
Yes.
Yeah, best advice. I love that.
Best advice.
Only post what performs well, kill everything else.
Ooh, it depends. If you're just starting to grow, yes. I mean, just post what performs well. Yeah. If you're trying to grow an audience, yes, give the people what they want, right? Yeah. But then when you now have nurtured that audience, you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
I love that. Hop on every trend so you don't fall off.
No. For me, hop on trends, but make it yours. Make it different. I love
that. I always tell people that I don't know if you saw, I forget who it was, but there was something trending, and there was this Black creator. Fuck, I can't remember what she does, but she's one of those, like, she's a period girl, and then she has like anxiety. Like she just wears a red jacket. She has an Amazon Prime Video show. Oh, she's light skinned.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
She's like this.
She has a council of different people that pop up, right?
Yes, and there was a trend of something going on, but she did the trend the way she would do it.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, this is how trends need to happen. I can't remember the freaking trend now, but you're so right. You're so right on that. Quality over quantity, even if you barely post.
Quality, as long as you're not using it as an excuse not to post.
Okay. Stick to one platform until you blow, then expand.
Heck no. Put that thing everywhere. Let me see you.
Yeah, I love that.
Because every algorithm is different.
Yeah. Never share your rates with other creators. Best or worst advice?
Never. Always share your rates. Always share your rates. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You don't need a manager. Just grind harder.
You depends on how you are. Like someone like me, I never actually needed a manager because I'm very good at managing myself.
Yeah.
But
that's why I really didn't think you had a manager.
Oh my God, I didn't even tell a story about my terrible manager I had.
Really?
Yeah, because I was looking for a manager because everybody else had a manager. I wasn't getting a manager. Yeah. Manager that was like ended up on a New York Times article about how she was like extorting all her clients and like doing terrible things. Yeah. And for me, she overlooked me because this is where I experienced the pressure of being a Black creator. Like she will always give opportunities to her white little creators, but me, she'll bring me like low ball, like very, very small money. And and then even like once she was like, oh yeah, like this bikini company. I'm like, ma'am, like I don't really post bikini. Like, I'm not going to post bikini on my page. I don't really do that. And like it was just horrible. So I think if you're gonna get a manager, look for someone that believes in you. And that's worth it.
Yeah. Stick with what people expect from you. Don't confuse your audience.
Confuse them. Confuse them.
Your audience will find you. If they're confused, the confused people will learn about it and they'll come back.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Drea, thank you so much for hanging out with Am I Too Loud, the podcast. This segment is new, so we're not really going to do it yet, but this is my news to them. But no, it's called the Pod Fam Hotline, where they actually send me voicemails about the conversation we're having. They've not sent anything yet, but I'm hoping to send them soon. So can you please tell my followers to send
some? We would love to hear from you.
We want to hear from you. So go to AmIToLoud.com to send in your voicemails. So maybe in the next episode, I can react to some of your voicemails. Okay, on that note, we have something I like to call like the Am I Too Loud hype session, where you have to look directly into the camera. Let me move this Joe and the thing juice away. Directly into the camera. And I want you to hype yourself up. So like pour into yourself, like share anything you want, and you can start with am I too loud if I say, or if I am, whatever you want to say. I'll give you an example. I can be like, am I too loud if I tell you that I'm the best podcast host on the planet? I've worked really hard for this. I am better than anyone you could think. Like that's what I want you to affirm and hype yourself, because I feel like we don't tend to pour into ourselves, and I want you to affirm yourself right now.
Oh my God.
Please, because you're an icon. So let's hear it.
Okay. So I start with am I too loud? Yeah. Am I too loud if I say I'm the prettiest tall girl in the world? I grind hard. I work for what I want, and I deserve everything I get and I already have. Am I too loud if I say that this is only the beginning? That my star is so bright, I'm only getting bigger and better? Am I too loud if I say that 2026 is about to be the best year I've ever had, bigger than Forbes 30, bigger than Forbes Top Creator, bigger than the Nissan brand, bigger than everything? Am I too loud if I say that, I don't know, I'm the best? Yeah,
because Andrea knows best.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
I love
that's
it. Drea, thank you for coming on My Too Loud, the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun. This is so fun. I love it.
I love it. It was so nice. Like, it was everything I knew the episode would be, but it also felt like refreshing to like actually be like, oh yeah, you are the shit. You know your shit. I appreciate you, girls, guys, and gays. Thank you so much for listening to My Too Loud, the podcast. It's Sophie, aka the motherfucking Odditty. Drea, where can they follow you and where can they learn about you?
Follow me on Drea_KnowsBest on Instagram, DreaKnowsBest on TikTok, YouTube, Audio. And if you do follow me from this podcast, send me a message about anything you thought I said was great, or you know, this conversation. This was really good. I really love love the community you have, and I'm looking forward to like
Yay.
being on your show. This is so dope.
Thanks, Drea. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a rating if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, anywhere else. Subscribe on YouTube. We hit 10,000 subscribers. That is crazy.
Woo, let's go.
That's insanity to me. And I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye. Yay. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to like this one right here.